So same, refined oil. Again, the white culture, basically. Oil itself is coming from some seed. It can be from groundnut, it can be from till, it can be from... so, it's basically from some kernel, from seed. So, you just have to extract. No, extract is a bad word. You just press it, you will get till if you just going to put enough pressure on it, you will get from 1 kilo, you will get some 350 ml of oil. Groundnut, 400 ml. Coconut, 500 ml, basically. That's the translation. You'll get oil just by crushing and taking it out. And what happens to the other part after you crushed the till or punnaku? Amiki edutho, enne edutho, punnaka vanduchu, punnaka poi maattukku pottom, illana we put it back into the oil cakes were always used into our food cycle indirectly. It was given to the cattle or it was put back into the soil. It basically went and degraded and it basically, like have you tasted punnaka? So in our days, we used to go to the Gani near our house, to the Enna Chakki near our house and go give, and while you are waiting, we'll just steal that punnaka. It will be soda. The hot oil cake used to taste so good, very nice, because they also use jaggery as a binder while they are grinding till, for example. So the taste used to be very good. Now, the oil itself is not tasting. Where will the oil cake taste? So now, for the industry, every percentage of increase is a very important thing. It's a reflection of the last bottom line. It's a reflection on the greed. It's a reflection of the profit that they will want. Instead of 35%, if they make 37%, the graph will be better. If you make it 40%, graph will be even better. So what should I do? So they will start thinking of various ways. 35% இருக்காது 40% ஆகணும் என்னென்ன திருசமம் பண்ணணுமோ அத்தனை பண்ணிடுவான். So they came out with this extraction. Extraction is a way where they will use a lot of chemicals. Refined is also a very bad word. Even if your Jyotika says அப்படி ரெண்டு பெல்ட்டி அடிச்சு பூரி மேலேயே பெல்ட்டி அடிச்சு வந்து சொன்னாலும் நம்பாதீங்க. Basically refined oil is a very absolutely bad. It should not be entering your kitchen nor your plates. You'll say why? Refined itself is not anything good. Refined is a word used mistaken for filtering. Mistaken, just removing impurities. So refined is a process where very clearly 6 to 12 chemicals are used. Chemicals like hexane, chemicals like phosphoric acid, chemicals like caustic soda. Each of this, hexane for example, is just to extract more oil. It's a solvent that is used. அதை போட்டு இன்னும் க்ரஷ் பண்ணோன்னா இன்னும் நிறையா ஆயில் வருது ஈஸியாக. ஸோ ஹெட்சேன் ரிமைன்ஸ், இட்ஸ் நாட் ரிமூவ்ட். அந்த ரீஃபைன் திருப்பி அந்த ப்ராசஸில் தெர் இஸ் அ ப்ராசஸ் டு ரிமூவ் திஸ் சால்வெண்ட், த ஹெட்சேன், இந்த ஆயில் இதில். அண்ட் டியூரிங் திஸ் ஹோல் ப்ராசஸ் 450 degrees they take it 3 times or 4 times, which itself is a nonsensical thing because obviously a lot of enzymes and nutrients would have died in that. And in all this process, finally when the oil comes out, you still have traces of hexane in that. Hexane is a proven carcinogen. It's a recorded carcinogen, documented carcinogen from WHO to even a nasty department like FDA in USA. If FDA says they have extracted the maximum as business out of it, then only they will come and tell you it's okay, it's a Pfizer. Yeah, it's a carcinogen. If the FDA accepts it, they have killed many more people than expected, so they are accepting it. So even FDA is accepting, and we are still using hexane. There are a lot of chemicals that we use in this process of refined oil. And how does it look? Colorless, odorless. So when I had just gone to a nearby oil mill, அப்படியே எண்ணெய் சக்கில் போய் கொடுத்தோம், எண்ணெய் எடுத்தோன்னே எப்படி இருக்கும்? அப்படியே அழகாக பிசுப்பு இருக்கும், ஒரு பியூட்டிஃபுல் ஸ்மெல் இருக்கும், ஒரு டர்ட்டி கலர் இருக்கும். Of course it will not be white. So if I have to convert it to white, obviously I will have to bleach it. Obviously there will be a lot of chemicals that will come in, which will have to actually remove. So what is happening in refined oil? And oil also had a life. Basically, it would die in 6 months to 8 months in your house, right? If you give, there will be a rancid smell. That's because it oxidizes. Obviously there is life in it. There is nutrition in it. There is food in it. There is enzymes in it. There is vitamin in it. There is protein in it. There is fat in it. But you want to remove everything. I don't know what you want then. But still we call it oil. and it is odorless, colorless. That's why it will be living there on the shelf. Shelf life is very important for those guys who are manufacturing it, not for you and me. Why should it bloody live in a shelf for 1 year, 2 years? Why should we even be bothered? But we encouraged a system. We encouraged a production model where the shelf life was important for the producer, and we said fine. Because for me also it's fine, it doesn't go rancid. If you are not using it within 6 months, bloody well throw it, no problem. Go for the next, at least some more, there will be some market dynamics. But we didn't do that. Still, you have not saved money, you are giving it to the doctors. But still, it's not through the food, not in the food cycle. Still, go in deeper into refined oil. It is colorless, odorless. So what happens? Do they give me, when I buy 1 liter of oil, do I get 1 liter of oil? If I buy 1 liter of gingerly oil, is it 1 liter of gingerly oil? If I buy 1 liter of groundnut oil, you should go and see. There are packages of groundnut oil. மேல பூரா வேர்க்கடலை படம் வாங்கியிருப்பான். groundnut photo will be there. கீழே ஒரு star. Do not be misled by the photo. This seed shown on the outer cover need not be there inside this. But he has sold it as a groundnut oil. That is possible. You see, hereafter, whenever you see some cows, some of these cows, when it is cheaper, you should see that it is written. 1. 2. If they were to really get you the groundnut oil or a gingerly oil, is it possible? What is the cost of till? What is the cost of groundnut oil? We were just saying it is 300 to 400, which is 30 to 40%, right? Conversion rate. So I will need 2.5 kilos. I will need 2 kilos. 2.5 kilos of till. How much does it translate to? So if an oil is cheaper than that, so it cannot be till oil. Don't suspect these guys who are selling it at 250 rupees. These are fools. They are getting you 1 liter of gingerly oil. It's 1 liter of gingerly oil. And what is happening? Hey, 90 rupees kudukramba. Ideyum nalla neeye kudukramba 150. Ideyum nalla kuduppa because he will not use jaggery. He will use molasses for binding. Molasses is 2 rupees. Jaggery is 70 rupees. You need a binder for binding basically. There are some organic farmers who use palm jaggery to bind, so that there is a better aroma around it. But we are basically questioning them. We don't question this technology which comes in. And there is one other thing that the corporates always connive with government or without the government. Normally with government in India it's easy. In USA also. So they have now come out with something. See, basically when they do adulteration, you should not call it adulteration. Only when a small farmer does or when a small trader does, it's called adulteration. It's wrong. So the hexane comes, the bleaching agents come, the phosphoric acid comes, caustic soda comes, everything comes into refined oil, but the nutrition doesn't come, the vitamins don't come, the fat, brain is 98% fat, you need fat for your body, you need cholesterol for your body, unless an advertisement comes and tell you it is not required, then that is an industry, they will come, this year LDL is bad, next year HDL is bad, after that unsaturated is bad. Then saturated, even they are confused. Hey, what is this here? Even or odd? 2016, then okay, saturated is bad. Because that has to help this industry. That is a fact. So, you don't even know what it is. Oil has to be wholesome. As per Ayurveda, the antidote for heart ailments was still oil. Both as application as oral. But then you killed it. So there was application, there was only oil which had this capacity to go through your pores and it would do angiogram freely for you. Angioplasty. But we don't want that. We have to go to Apollo, we have to sit with the nurse, converse, then give them 2.5 lakhs, all that is there. Then they will say, we just do the test and blast also together. Is that okay? Or else insurance they will not give you because you have to stay back all night. If you don't stay, if you just finish it off in 3 hours, no, it is not medication. You will not be reimbursed. So the insurance guy will define how long you will stay there, what is the medication for you. Anyway, so incidence of, why I am saying this is incidence of heart ailments in India increased with the packaged oil, increased with this refined oil coming into the market. How did they come into the market? By sheer conniving and killing the local market. They bloated this matter about a few diarrhea incidents in North India, which itself could have been caused by them, by this industry. As the mustard oil was contaminated, they are all very dirty, they are all being very unhygienic. That's the problem. So you should not touch oil with hand. Actually, you would have got only diarrhea even if it was true. Even if there was a spider hanging there, if there was a cobweb there, something they didn't wash their measuring can properly, maximum diarrhea. So now we avoided diarrhea. We fell into heart ailments, cancer, So that is very good because the same guys will come and conduct specialty hospitals. So that's a good business and we are also happy with that. So that's exactly where we lost the war of the oil. So, and they're all proven carcinogens. I'm not imagining here. We have records, we have government records, we have a lot of studies. There are recorded studies, peer-reviewed, published studies.